Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 7th of October, ending Friday the 11th, 2019. Hope you had a good trading week. Here we are still in the very minimal range we've been in since March. Just an unbelievably dead market, and there's nothing else you can say about it. Obviously, we had a couple of days this week where and I was gone, and we had some dips and whatever. So hopefully, we start to break out of this range. I mean, you have to do it. That's what it comes down to. We've been in a 200-point range on the ES for the most part since April. We've been in a 100-point range for a while. It's just we bounced off the red static trend line. We stuck under the risk line. Like, we are going nowhere in the market. It's just horrible. So we need something to happen. This is the time of year where things start to happen usually. We'll go from there. Here's the NASDAQ. No, let's just go through the main indices and see what we can see, and then go from there. So crude oil up 7 cents at 52.88. It bounced off the red static trend line. The gold down $1.70, but still near the highs, up at 15.11.20. S&P cash had gained 41.38. As you'll see in a minute when we show the intra-week action, pretty much a flat, narrow week. NASDAQ 100 up 115.71 doesn't put us anywhere. The SOX up 28.63. These are all just dumb. I mean, it's like 2 days down, 2 days up. It doesn't add up to anything, and it doesn't lead to making money. Obviously, like any good money is made when the market actually moves. The Russell, the biotech's up 24.86. We're near the lows of the year, anyways. The Russell 2000 up 14. We're still near the lows of the year. The VIX gains or loses $2.08 back to 1704. The trend closes at 0.86. The 10-day moving average is at 1.30. NASDAQ volume was only 1.7 billion. So again, the volume is heavy on the down days. The volume is non-existent on the up days. Nobody cares about 1.2 billion shares. That's just automated trading. Everything above that is real. So 1.7 billion gives you about $500 million of real trading. When you get 2.4 billion, gives you about 1.2 billion of real trading. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 1,054. So more stocks up than down for the first time in a while by a lot. On the NASDAQ, on the New York plus 1375. One of the better days of the year. It was a Friday in October, and so it's what it is. Google gains $21.53. It's got the 13 sell signal in place. Apple up 6.19 near the all-time highs of the year. Netflix up $4.64 near the lows of the year. Amazon up 15.23. That doesn't look like much for Amazon. It's less than 1%. Tesla loses $1.60. Facebook up $1.01. Goldman Sachs up $3.56. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up $1.07. Is what it is. And the Dow is up 372, but the Dow has been nowhere for a really long time at this point. Here's the ES. So we're going to look at the 10-minute candle chart so we can see the week. So it's a small loss for the week, right? We gapped up a little Monday and drifted, but look how narrow those candles were. They were horrible. Closed Tuesday, we gapped up a little bit, filled the gap, went lower, closed slightly negative. Wednesday, gapped down and went a lot lower. That was a bad day, obviously, on Wednesday, but the gap was part of it, and I was gone. Thursday, we opened flat and then plunged. That set the new low of the week about 30 minutes in. Clawed our way back. We got back to break even. Friday, gapped up and went higher, and for the whole week, we lost a couple points. If you look at the NASDAQ side, we actually gained for the week, which is interesting. I think most people would have thought that we lost for the week. All right. In terms of economic data, well, no, hold on. So here's the S&P cash, and I'll just say it again. Like, we're still under the 13 cell signal. We're still nowhere from a lot of these perspectives. But if we go to the monthly chart, we're about to get a 13 cell signal there. And even if you don't, you're going to head lower first. And there's no upside, right? That's not how that usually works. And the weekly chart already has a 13 cell signal. We haven't seen that a lot on the S&P over the last decade when we got it. Here's the NASDAQ side, 13 cell signal in place. It hasn't gone anywhere. And if you look at the monthly chart of the NASDAQ, what do you get? Nothing. We're not to a 13 cell signal, but we're certainly getting close to it. And again, keep in mind something. You go back to 2003, and we've only had one of those signals the whole way along the way. So it's not like it's a common occurrence. It is what it is. In terms of economic data coming out this week, what do we have? We have a few things. Oops, sorry. I accidentally erased that. So on Monday, we've got Fed Chair Powell speaking and consumer credit at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, these times showing our West Coast. NFIB Small Business Index, core PPI at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. IBD tip economic optimism number. Fed Chair Powell speaking again in the afternoon. Wednesday, final wholesale inventories at 10 a.m. along with JOLTS job openings. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. Fed Chair Powell speaks at 11. You got the 10-year bond auction. You got the FOMC meeting minutes from the last meeting and Treasury currency budget. On Thursday, CPI, that's a big one. We'll be paying attention to that. That's at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time before the market opens, along with initial and continuing jobless claims and natty gas 30-year bond auction, and then Friday import-export prices preliminary. University of Michigan sentiment charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. Love to help you out for a couple weeks and make you some money. Have a great trading week at Trade.